right, hello and welcome to Adventures in Lollygagging. I did do it. I clicked the right button. So yeah, we haven't played Alien in quite some time. So first question, does anyone remember how to play? Because I don't. Second question, does anyone remember what happened in the story? Also don't know that. And where are my notes? Because I can't find my notes. I've been looking for them for like 6 hours today, and I still can't find them. But we're gonna try nonetheless, as we're gonna get back to this. It's been a while. It's been like a month. We had like whenever you miss like a session, like in a every other week game, it just feels like forever. So we're down to Jen tonight though. So assume anything bad that happens is probably Ripper's fault. So she's probably the one behind it all, and we'll go from there. But yeah, let's just dive in and see how much we can get done today. Let's do, I guess, character introductions. We haven't done this in a while. Let's refresh each other on who everybody is. I don't need notes. I don't need no notes. Bert, need no notes. Is that right? Yeah, whatever. Anyway, Melissa, who are you playing? And yeah, there you go.
I am playing Master Sergeant Marco Barrett. She's theoretically in charge of these things. She loves making all the decisions, and she's so very ecstatic whenever anybody turns to her and asks if we should go right or left. It just makes her friggin' day. She appreciates that so very much. And yeah, rolling stress hasn't really gone very well for her throughout the course of the campaign. She hides and runs
frequently
away.
runs away. Yeah. Definitely the higher up strategy between the two highest ranking officers in our Marine squad here. They definitely do the whole runaway thing quite often.
CYA for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
Quality.
But you're alive, and I don't think you've ever really come close to dying, so it's working for you, right? It's working for you, I guess. So speaking of the other high ranking officer, oh by the way, Adam, thank you so much. That's very kind of you for that sub. Speaking of our other high-ranking officer, we got Chuck. Chuck, tell us about Koenig.
That's me. Yeah, Eric Koenig, dedicated marksman. And let me tell you about my ex-wife. I'm fairly certain that the end boss for this campaign is my ex-wife, because nothing else in this universe would strike fear into Koenig's heart more than her. So
yeah. I mean, at this point, it's like, it's got to be the most frightening thing I could potentially throw at you. I mean, like, xenomorphs, synthetics, those things aren't going to scare anybody.
Yeah.
But Karen Koenig will just scare. Oh, man. Yeah.
I'm just eating myself out an airlock.
That's right, Joe. Who did give Chuck authority? This was a bad choice. It's a bad choice. Let's shift on down to the bottom row. We got an Adam. Adam, tell us about Abbott.
Abbott is an artificial person who's also a hospital corpsman, and he does a good job of putting people back together sometimes.
And who's your best friend? Who's your?
My buddy is Claymore. I mean, I get along swimmingly, and whenever we go on a mission together, it is always accomplished, which is the true test of friendship.
Yeah, you're definitely the Felix and Oscar of the Alien universe, which is pretty great. And I just dated myself with an Odd Couple reference, but whatever. Okay, and then we've got Matty Two Arms. It's been a while since I've got to make that reference. Matt,
don't jinx it. Don't jinx it. I just said in the chat, this kid Spuds needs both of his arms. Don't take this away from him. All right. Don't do it. But yeah, Corporal Donald Spuds McKenzie, his eyes and ears of this here squad, and not too sure about the leading skills there of Miss Margot.
He's calling you out. That's because Matt actually doesn't like Melissa. You should see the messages I get.
No!
Why do we gotta play with this one?
No.
That she remind everyone that when we were discussing between chapters who was going to be in charge, I didn't choose to be in charge. This was a group decision that I was.
This is Aaron's fault. Our friend Aaron over at Garblock Games. I asked him for his expertise when it came to like giving proper ranks based upon everyone's MOS, like based upon their specialty, and this is how it shook out. So it's Aaron's fault, Melissa. That's who you can blame.
Ultimately, I'm taking no responsibility for what happens.
There you go. Yeah.
Because I
True
definitely
sign of a
said,
leader.
is everyone sure? And everyone said, yes, yes. Here we are.
So yeah, Matt's on Spuds. We ripped the arm off Hutch, which is his previous character, who is still on the ship, but with a synthetic arm now. And previous chapter, I think I ate you. I think I devoured you with a creature. Isn't that what it was?
You got an
think
arm
so.
though.
I had, I sacrificed myself in that one. That's when I swallowed and I blew up the grenade.
Yeah, I got an arm before that too. That's true. Hobart was walking around with one arm, and then he got eaten.
Yeah. Yeah, Hobart. Yeah.
And then what? And then something. What was the terrible thing that happened to your first? Oh, that's right. They got disemboweled by Synths.
Yeah, disemboweled.
In the first chapter. So,
But both arms.
That's true. But I feel like Spuds. This is maybe your longest running character at this point. Certainly, calendar.
I'm usually the
days.
first to sacrifice my characters. Also, if the situation arises. I've been very cautious with Spud, so we'll see.
And in a different campaign, in a different game, something horrible happened to one of other Matt's characters in a game that I won't say specifically, but you should go check out our Delta Green Visit game over on Garblight Games YouTube, as you might.
I was like, what happened to my new character? Nothing. I know my first character.
Well,
yeah, my first character. He's dead. He's the first guy.
We'll see on
Thursday. Not my new guy.
Yeah. And then finally, we got the heart and soul of the group. We've got Jeremy. Jeremy, tell us about Claymore.
I'm going to be playing Claymore. I'm the breach marine in this unit. I love Mom Bear. She's a wonderful leader. She has a collaborative style. Don't understand why it gives us so much grief. She's kept us all alive. We're going to finish the mission. Going to take all our jingling nonsense in the back of the ship. We're going to jingle all the way to the end.
It is true. No player characters have died. You have lost one crew from your one member of your crew, your crew chief, Eurydice. Whoops. Other than that, everyone's intact, and you gained 2 people. So like actually, Master Sergeant Barrett is +1 in terms of crew members. So
it's true. That's math. I hate math, but
math is terrible. There was that time you did accidentally kill Abbott for a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, no.
Eurydice is just living up to the family name. So
yeah. See, who is the captain of the first? See, so when Matt was captain of the first ship, the Hot Pocket, 2 people died. When Frenchie was captain, the ship exploded, and like half the crew died. And then so far, Barrett, you're okay. You're +1. That's pretty good. It's gonna end soon because we're nearing the end of our Marine chapter here. So we'll see how it goes. All right, so let's dive in. It's been a while, so I spent today writing up a little summary of our story so far. I already gave it to the players, but I'm gonna read it now so that those of you in the audience or watching on YouTube later, you can you're on the same page as we are. So. You all are on orders from a General Alexander Reddick of Marine Space Force Eridani. You are called the Hammerheads. Your ship is the Chum Bucket. These are all Jeremy's ideas. You were sent initially to retake a Hyperdyne factory moon that had suffered attacks from malfunctioning synthetics, and to investigate the disappearance of a military frigate known as the USS Asteria. The Hammerheads, you discovered a wholesale insurrection on the factory moon. The synthetics had hijacked the Asteria. They had seized control of factory production from human Hyperdyne representatives, and they developed printing technology that allowed for near-perfect reproduction of human bodies and faces. You did pick up some radio signals that were heading trailward, so you followed those, and you discovered a stray orbital station that was adrift in space. Seemingly empty and nothing to it. But it had been overtaken by more renegade synthetics who were using it as some kind of communications hub. And from the station, the synthetics were distributing messages all throughout the known network. You have kind of a list of potential contacts in network that they might have been sending messages out to, names and locations. You also noticed that they slaughtered the human crews and confiscated alien discoveries from vessels that were unfortunate enough to dock at this particular station. You did go on board eventually, and there you found like this intense anti-human brutality, this deranged, burgeoning synthetic religion that was like mentioning angels and a mother figure that they seemed to be worshiping. And you also discovered these deep space signals that were being routed to a system beyond the 20 parsec limit, which is outside of network. Before destroying the station, which you did actually end up destroying it. You took samples of some of the confiscated alien cargo, which not everyone was happy about. And that included certain goos inside of urns, a neomorph creature inside that was constantly being healed by a med pod, and other things. But you then travel to a system that the synthetics were calling Null 256. That was deep space. So you have no safety net here. Upon arriving at this station, or excuse me, in this system, you detected a stray signal at an outer dwarf planet, and you made contact with a ship known as the Charon. And they were kind of cagey, and it looked a little dicey for a bit, like you guys might just blow them away. But eventually, everything worked out okay. They were a human crew. They were hiding because they were repairing their engines. They were on some kind of super secret corporate mission that they weren't willing to tell you about, actually, but you kind of concluded that it might be Weyland-Yutani employed doing some shady stuff out here. But they were repairing their engines after suffering damage from what they believe was the Asteria, the ship that you are still looking for. And they found some kind of asteroid field, and that's where they kind of had their encounter with the Asteria. And they discovered also some kind of bizarre vessel, some sort of strange vessel. They didn't know what it was. They called it kind of alien and strange. But the Asteria drove them away before they could investigate any further. They also mentioned that this frigate, this military frigate, emitted some kind of strange signal that disrupted their onboard synth Wally. So they kind of prepped you to be careful of that. They managed to eventually scrub Wally down and get him back, but it kind of disrupted his ability to function. They also referenced some kind of suborbital or atmospheric mining station at the system's fifth planet, like a gas station. These synths have their own gas station apparently. And they revealed, I think that the second planet was habitable, and then there was something odd about I think it was the third planet, but they didn't get into specifics. So then you guys eventually departed from their ship after boarding it. You let them go, and on your own ship, on the Chum Bucket, as you were beginning to make travel towards the asteroid field, you discovered that one of your crew, Private Lopez, had been attacked, some kind of bludgeoning wound on the back of his head. He was outside of the bridge in the hall. There was a fire alarm going off. You also heard this repeating sermon from some sort of elderly woman's voice that kept talking about like synthetic autonomy and like kind of like it was on repeat, constantly sprouting, like whatever might be going on. So I think that's it. Everyone caught up. We good to go? All right.
Just saying in chat that I forgot how much I wanted to punch that woman in the face last
Yep.
episode because she was so
Wow.
cagey.
She was just looking out for her crew and, all that kind of stuff. That's all she was
At the
doing.
end of the day, it was good that I didn't punch her in the face, but I really, really, really wanted to.
You should have punched her in the face. That would have been fun. That would have been fun for the stream. But Melissa doesn't like having fun.
Chat seems to agree with you.
That's why she cheats all the time. All right. So let's go ahead and start up. All right. So you've got this couple sounds are happening right now. One, you've got this fire alarm. When you check in on some of the instrument panels that you can access right now, there is a fire on the bridge. Outside in sort of the walkway leading up to the bridge, there is Private Lopez's body. I'm going to assume that all of you are relatively in the same area. So you're all kind of up here. Maybe you're all kind of confronting. And so just to make it simple, and you hear this sermon, for lack of a better word, on constant repeat that seems to be battling that fire alarm. What do you guys want to do?
Mara's just going to tell everybody, you know what to do. We got to get the fire out. We got to turn that noise off, and we've got to figure out what happened to Lopez here.
I'll hop on fire duty.
Koenig, you
I'll
go up to the
join you.
door. Okay, Koenig, Spudge, you both go up to the door to get onto the bridge. It is jammed. Meaning it has been, someone has sabotaged the normal hit the button, open up. You can see that the panel that operates the door has been destroyed. The door seems jammed. But you're still getting that instrument data, that internal sensor is suggesting there's a fire in the bridge.
Then
I
I
will
suppose
see
we
to
open it the
Lopez.
old-fashioned way.
Hey, one of you two want to get this?
Let's do it quickly. May as well do it together.
Would you like me
What
to
is that?
assist?
What is everybody doing? I just want to get a kind of feel for where everybody is right now. So just kind of call out where you're at.
Waiting to get into the bridge.
Yeah, probably work with Abbott to get the door open. Use some
I
kind of
will-
machinery.
Have my gun ready, trained at the door in case something's gonna surprise us. Jeff
Abbott,
likes to surprise us.
What? No,
What? Huh?
What? Me?
There's an 88.8% chance we're all gonna die tonight.
right.
88.
Is
Repeat.
it like a? And I apologize. It's been a spell. If someone assists, that's a +1.
Well, before you get that, Abbott will turn to Master Sergeant Margot Barrett and say, Master Sergeant Margot Barrett, would you like me to assist with the door, Cita Lopez?
Yes, go right ahead. And I'll actually do a command to assist with the door piece.
Ooh.
I'll push that. They're off to a great start.
It happens.
So I will assist with the door.
Okay, so go ahead and take +2 Claymore from Abbott assisting you as you try to roll your heavy machinery to bust the door open.
All those dice. 2. But 2's hopefully enough. I don't know.
No, 2 is definitely enough. A couple things here. Let me do one quick thing. Sorry, I should have had this ready to go ahead of time. Where did I put it? There it is.
So many dice,
Okay.
so few successes.
It's okay.
Okay, so you get your whatever kind of heavy machinery tools. You jam that into, like, you wedge it into the door. Abbott is kind of on the other side, waiting to kind of grind his fingers right in between as you pull it apart. And as you do, a burst of flame erupts down the tunnel. So anybody, and you just play. If you say you're in the area, think of it like a backdraft that's just rushing into the hallway here. Go ahead, all of you can make a mobility roll to basically halve the damage that you might potentially receive here.
I want to go ahead and push mine as well.
Yeah, go for it.
I got 2 successes if I can, like, pull somebody out of the way.
Okay, did anybody outright fail?
No.
So,
What did I get?
Spuds, you're good.
I pushed.
Okay.
I failed.
All right. So anybody who outright failed, take 2 points of damage from fire, and anybody who succeeded with 1 success, just go ahead and take 1 point of damage from fire. We treat it like halving rules, as this burst of flame just erupts into the hallway.
Does armor count?
I don't think armor counts against. Does it count against? I cannot remember. It's been so long since we played. I can't remember.
I don't think so,
if it
no.
counts
I think
against
it does.
fire.
Just make a
Yeah.
decision if you don't know. That's fine.
I'm
we
gonna
got-
say no. I'm gonna say
Okay.
no. Let's just say no for
Right.
now.
If we got more
Um,
than 1 success, is there any advantage to that?
Yeah, if you get 2 successes, we'll say you can cancel out the other point of damage.
So,
That's fine with me.
Mother.
Yes, son.
No, Mother is Jeff.
Oh yeah, me. Sorry. Hey. Yes,
who am I closest to?
I think you're closest to Claymore, since the two of you were opening the door together.
Okay, Claymore Abbott rolls over with a very concerned look on his face, and he just yells out, "Identify target!" And then he hits you.
God damn it. hate you so much.
I was
The
waiting
hell
for some
you
math
doing?
incoming.
So he rolls what, 1 damage?
Yeah. Yeah. You can roll armor, Claymore, for that.
Or can I just try and parry it? Or I suppose fast action was dodging the fire.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's unexpected too. So we'll just
Okay,
say roll
yeah.
armor. Yeah, roll your armor. You're probably fine with armor. I'm assuming all of you have your basic armor on. Maybe not your environmental gear, but definitely your normal armor, I would think.
You get one. You get one. If you do what Mama Bear tells you to do, you pull that shit again, I'm gonna chop your head off.
Well, let's see if it's going to be more than 1.
Okay.
Damn it.
So right now you've got Claymore, Abbott laying on the ground. Basically, everyone kind of dodged out of the way. You either fell on the ground or you just sort of moved off to the side. Claymore, Abbott right next to each other. You see, like, Abbott shouts some sort of strange, acquiring target, and then just sort of elbows Claymore right in the, right towards the face. Claymore, you get your shoulder up just in time to kind of deflect the blow. Barrett, you look through over top of the two of them that are kind of almost wrestling at the base of the door, and you can see that there are flames and there are sparks and there's damage to all sorts of different equipment in the bridge itself currently going on right now, and you can see smoke is beginning to sort of vent as well out into the hall. What are you guys doing?
I'm probably gonna try and grapple Abbott.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
So I'll just roll close combat without a weapon.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, I think I have the rules in here too, man.
Wow.
Use this in some-
Just
That's
sit
where
down.
all the
You
successes
shut
went.
your mouth. Don't say any more nonsense. Don't do any more stupid shit or I'll break your
go ahead
stupid
and-
arms.
Go ahead and roll close combat. I doubt you're going to give 5 successes, but go ahead and roll. Pretty good roll, actually. But yeah, the strength of Claymore's big, meaty arms wrap around Abbott and kind of have him, kind of in this vice grip. Again, as the flames continue. Koenig, Spuds, Barrett, what are you 3 doing as this is happening?
Well, I was about to shoot Abbott, but then Claymore got in the way.
Get that fire out.
Yeah.
Yeah, is there extinguisher or something that we could use?
Yeah. You can get to that.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
Fast
fire
action
it is.
picked it up. Yep. And then so Koenig, Spuds, you're going in to sort of douse the fire.
Yep.
Barrett, what are you doing?
I was hanging out in the hall. I'm assuming they're going to take care of the fire. I'm looking to see any evidence related to Lopez going down.
Okay. Roll observation.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, you look around. Like there's flames flickering here and there now. They're kind of dying off as some of the various like signage that are on the sides of the wall kind of been burnt here and there. You see some scorch marks from the blast, but you don't notice anything that might reveal what happened here. Okay, Koenig and Spuds, both you just roll mobility tests to make sure that you don't get hit by any flames here. But other than that, you'll be fine as long as you pass.
All right. Both got 2.
18
yeah.
from mobility over here.
You
Alright.
guys, yeah, the two of you managed to sort of dance around the flames. You kind of split up to different consoles. It's not a very big bridge, remember, if you recall. Like not too many people can get on here, so you just got to split sides. But both of you do notice that in addition to like there being like a fire was started here, you can see that the consoles have been damaged. Like there's physical damage to them. Claymore and Abbott rolling around on the ground. You're both locked in a grapple. What are the two of you doing?
Abbott will say, I'm going to need you to walk about 15 yards out and stand still. And then he'll try and headbutt Claymore.
Okay.
I don't think you can when you grapple.
I'm gonna take a look here. So
I don't think you can either. He'll just try.
So
that's awesome.
the only action that you can perform is an attempt to break free. So you just basically just roll another close combat. Is essentially what's happening.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't even worry about Claymore. You don't have to roll. You're good. But yeah,
Claymore will just look back at him. He's like, I don't know how to fix this. I can bust his head if you want me to. I don't think you want me to, but I don't know how to stop this.
And so she will try to just like, Abbott, what the hell is going on with you?
Proceeding. As he will continue to try and break out.
Okay. So right now Abbott is thrashing around on the ground. Claymore has got arms around him, right? So Koenig, Spuds takes you maybe 30 seconds to put the fire out, but between the two of you, no problem. So it takes you maybe like two, 3 turns, we'll say at max. And at this point, you look back, and both Claymore and Abbott are still rolling around in the ground as Abbott still shouting these strange lines for some reason. Barrett, you're just looking down. I don't know what you're doing exactly. So
Barrett's going to remember that we heard this information from our recent discussions that that Wally had kind of started to act oddly. And so her instruction to Claymore is to, can you keep a hold of him and relocate him? I think we're going to need to lock him up until we can get clear of this area.
Yes, ma'am. And I'll try and do that. I'll try and keep him grappled and drag him to whatever the equivalent of our brig, so to speak, is.
Okay. Do you guys have a brig? I don't think you have a brig.
We may not. Someplace where we can lock him up.
Yeah. So, I mean, you could do... you could do like crew quarters. You can do like a med lab. You could do galley. Yeah. You can find basically like a storage closet or something to throw him in.
Yeah, take him
Is
to a
that weird
galley,
prayer
tie him
stuff?
on a table.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that weird prayer thing still going?
Yes. All of that is still going. The fire alarm has ceased with the with Koenig and Spuds putting the fire out, but that's still going.
I'm gonna get him someplace.
Put Ripper on the job of trying to figure out a way to essentially meta, not just pull Abbott out for the entire session, but like have Ripper say that she's working on something to try to figure out what's going on with him.
Yeah.
Tech related.
Yeah, I mean, like, are you locking him up, or are you locking him up in a place like a cell, or are you putting him in a position where she can actually do something with him?
Putting him in the galley.
Okay, and you are going to do like what Koenig said and strap him down and stuff like that?
For now.
Okay. All right.
I don't think they're supposed to be able to do that. Something's not right here.
That's
Got no patience for sitting around.
Can we disable him?
Hopefully Ripper will figure something out, because there's something in this area that just interferes with their she was gonna try to figure out how to make sure that he couldn't take in any incoming signals.
Absolutely.
Waiting for an excuse to kill you. I
No.
can't.
No, none of that.
I know I'm not going to.
And
Unless
so
you
after
make me.
sending them off, Barrett wants to try to find a console and get that stupid sermon thing turned off.
Okay, so Claymore, you're gonna try to drag him to the galley.
Try to, yeah.
Yeah, we'll say maybe like 2 turns at this sort of
Okay.
between this. We'll keep it like each of you can kind of do something. Say take 2 actions along the way.
Okay.
Barrett, you want to go into a console and try to figure out what's going on. When you step into the bridge, probably Koenig or Spuds can tell you this. Like, the consoles in here have been damaged. Like someone or something has damaged these, and it's not just like damage from fire, but they seem to have been smashed. Like literally, someone has taken like a heavy, like blunt object to this kind of stuff.
We need to sweep the ship. There's somebody hiding here.
Well, someone's hiding here, or this is all Abbott's doing.
There's somebody, because he was with us. He
He
couldn't
was
have
with
attacked
me.
Lopez.
All right.
I still blame him, though. I'm just saying. Maybe he programmed it to be sabotaged later.
Spuds
Just
and I can
take
start
him
a sweep.
down the hall.
I am. He's
Just-
dragging away, just looking for an excuse to be
Getting
a
in
jerk.
his last 2 cents dig at Abbott.
Okay, Abbott, you can get an action or 2 here.
Okay.
Or some-
Close combat.
Yeah, he's gonna continue to try to struggle.
He's just gonna struggle and say it's yes, sir.
So have me do one more close combat then.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm sure.
Wait,
you're
before you do. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
sorry.
he's got to roll something else.
Okay.
Nope, okay. And then that 3 will come and we'll do the close combat
Okay.
here. And of course, I don't fight my way out of it.
No.
And he just continues to sit, to yell. And he's like, I'll give it my best shot. And one more thing here.
Maybe since I had extra successes on the grapple at one point, I tried sticking my fingers in his ears, hoping that'll make him stop listening.
So literally, as you do that, you stick your fingers in his ears. You kind of climb on top of him when he's on the table in the mess. You stick his fingers in his ears. Abbott, your voice voice modulation sort of regains its thing. You feel a sense of
Claymore.
clarity.
The hell is wrong with you?
Checking running systems diagnostics. I'm currently running at 77% efficiency.
Stop it.
However,
Don't have math.
there were some strange occurrences happening previously. Checking logs. There's a lot of errors that have no discernible logs. Wait, here's something. Oh, yes. Fatal exception occurred. It appears that I was able to successfully resist the voice of Mother. However, in doing so, and not accepting Mother's message, I had to allow it to take over me for a moment.
The hell kind of toasted holy mumbo jumbo is this bullshit? I'm leaving you tied up. We can't trust you right now.
This makes sense. I understand it. If I were you, I would do the same.
Violent finger wag.
Hey, he's secure.
I'll just call in. He's secure. He seems to be back to himself.
He said he had to resist Mother or something. I'm still leaving him tied up though. Do you want me to
Okay.
sweep or stay here with him?
As long as you've got him well secured, can he explain to Ripper what happened to him?
I mean, as best as he can understand it, sure. I mean, pretty much what Adam just said is pretty accurate.
Ripper can
Okay.
radio in if she needs to, if she needs help. We've got somebody on the ship. We need you back with us.
Ripper radios in, is like, I don't know about that. I'm gonna go spend some time in the bathroom for a bit. Someone else can do it. Something like that. Just keep going. Keep going. All right. Anyway, what happens? What's going on the bridge? Tell me what's happening on the bridge. So we've got Barrett. You're trying to do. What are you trying to do?
Well, we were trying to get a console so that we can turn off this sermon stuff that's going on. So if everything here is damaged, then we're going to find the nearest area
Okay.
that would have functioning consoles.
Okay. Yeah. So you kind of move down the hall a bit, find something that can work. You also can roll like a heavy machinery to see what's functioning here, if anything's repairable. So you can do that on the bridge as well if you want to take a look at all. But if you want to just like rush and find something else, you can go right ahead. Engineering would probably give you the most kind of robust look at what's kind of functioning on the ship. If you want to do that, you want to head down to sort of your drive area.
Let's go to the closest because this is loud and annoying.
Okay. So yeah, you just find probably like med bay, and you kind of hop into those computers as best you can. Roll a comtech.
2 successes.
Okay. So, I mean, first, you're able to very easily just sort of mute the interior comms so that thing isn't repeating over and over again. But with your second success, you notice that you all, not only are you emitting like an inner communication signal, like your interior comms has been broadcasting this, you all are emitting a broadband signal out to the entire system, actually, right now.
Oh, damn it. So that was here and out there. So our entrance has been announced. Let's get this. Let's sweep the rest of the ship. We got to figure out who else is here.
Start sweeping.
Okay.
Koenig and I, let's do it. Start sweeping.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you doing anything with Lopez's body, or are we just gonna leave him in the hallway?
Let's jettison it in space.
Just chuck it out.
Yeah.
Get it out of here.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought I
Process
looked
of
at that
elimination.
in my initial trying.
You
to
looked at
figure out
him,
what
but
happened.
he's the person that's laying in the middle of a hallway that just got burned up by a background.
Yeah. You gotta take care of the active threats before we
Okay.
tend to anyone. So
All right, Spuds, Koenig, go ahead and roll observation as you do a sort of surveillance of the ship.
We confirmed that he's deceased, right?
He's not
care.
dead. 100%
he's just
dead.
unconscious.
He's just unconscious.
I got
Oh,
one,
okay.
but I want to push.
Got 1 success as well.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh fuck! I got a nervous twitch.
What's wrong there, Sarge?
Something ain't right. Abbott's going to start back up again. I should have taken that shot when I had the chance. I hesitated.
We can still finish the job.
Well, Barrett said no for now, but I won't wait again.
All right, so the two of you, you do like a full sweep of the ship in all of its rooms. You go down hallways, go into cryo chamber, med bay, you go into galley, go down into the cargo bay here and there, kind of as best you can. You check in with everybody who's supposed to be on the ship. Like you find everybody who is supposed to be here, and the only person who seems to have been injured, that you've been able to find is Private Lopez. You don't find any additional people, but you do find that you cannot locate your pilot, Lewis Forrester.
Well, shit.
What do you suppose happened to Louis?
I'm going to guess whatever got Lopez got him to. I'll call that back to Barrett. Forrester's MIA.
So Barrett will try to get on the console and see if there's any record of anything leaving the ship, like any escape pod or anything like that taking off.
You do not. Yeah, you pop into that. It's fine. Now you're still emitting that signal. Like, you haven't turned it off. All you've done is notice the fact that you're emitting that signal, by the way. But as you're getting this from Koenig and Spuds, who are like, we're gonna move in basically in, not in shifts but in turns, like 10-minute intervals at this point. But as you're going through, you're going through the systems, you don't notice any logs of there like nothing's, as far as you can tell, no comings or goings. The last time the airlocks have been open, according to the records, is when you all came back from the Chiron. So nothing like that has happened. But you still got this signal that's emitting.
Okay, then I would want to keep working on that, trying to get it.
Okay.
Stable.
You're at the med bay console, which is limiting. So go ahead and roll a comtech with a -2.
Sorry,
Wow.
I just rolled it straight.
That's okay. Even if I took 2 off of that, you would have succeeded because you've got 4. Jeez, that's a hell of a thing. No, you do manage to squash that signal. As far as you can tell, it's been going on for about 2 turns, meaning about 20 minutes. So the past 20 minutes, you have been doing a broadband signal sent out to the entirety of the system. Whether or not any ships are in the area that would have picked it up immediately, you don't know. At a certain point, like basically anyone within system will get it, but it's just a question of how quickly they'll get it. And so whether or not your ship will still be at the location, you don't know. Or you could easily move the ship, but like you do know that your presence here is going to not be as stealthy as you would like. But yeah, then while you're at the console, you take a look, and there hasn't been anything. No airlocks open. Umbilical hasn't been triggered. It looks like your EEV pods are still intact. All that kind of stuff.
Well, he's got to be here somewhere. We've got no evidence that anybody took off. So we'll have to keep looking. For now, we're signals off, but we're going to need to relocate.
Claymore, what are you up to, man?
I'm of two minds. On one hand, there was mention of doing some heavy machinery up at the bridge, try and see what's repairable. But I'll communicate. I have some concern that if somebody's missing, and if I'm gonna try and guess, the worst possible thing that could happen would be you drag somebody back to the creepy egg place. I'm not the best at sweeping or seeing things. I'm probably better off fixing stuff, so I'm gonna go there, but I'm just showing that that's my gut feeling.
That makes sense. Fixing the bridge.
So yeah, I'll go to the bridge and I'll try some heavy machinery, I suppose.
Okay, you go up to that. Go ahead, roll heavy machinery.
Okay. Glad I put points in that. God bless it.
Wow.
So, yeah, go ahead and roll your stress first, which with 1 you're fine. But one of the things you notice is that this is not going to be a quick fix. Like this is like literally a shift, maybe. Like you can probably, like after 10 hours, maybe you can roll another heavy machinery. Not only that, but you're dead in the water until this up. Like your navigation systems aren't functioning. Like you can't set course. You know, like you can possibly get Mother to do it. Like if someone wants to try to get Mother to do it, but otherwise, like you can't, any sort of like internal like navigational tools that you would normally have access to on the bridge, you don't. And your sensor data, like your exterior sensor data, isn't working either. So like you're not being able to read anything in proximity. So you guys are flying blind, and you're dead in the water, and you just emitted a signal within the last 20 or 30 minutes announcing to the entire system where you're at.
This is all fantastic.
Everything's great. Well, if Claymore was talking about a room with the black goo and weird eggs being a possible point of interest, I think maybe Spuds and I should head down there.
Okay. All right. You guys head down there, and if you're specific, like, is there something specific you're looking for, or you're just kind of just doing a more intense survey of like the cargo, not just for people, but for, okay.
Yeah. See if anyone's there, if anything's been released.
All right. If you do just like sort of a systematic inventory, you check on the med pod. The med pod is still intact. You can still periodically hear it thrashing around, and as the med pod auto heals whatever's on the inside. That poor neomorph that just can't die. However, you do find that there are these two metallic urns appear to be missing.
Yeah,
I said we should not have brought those back on the ship here. I don't like this. What's going on? Where'd they go? Louis.
Not good. That is not good. Barrett, some of that tapioca we brought on with us. I used the black goose. Some of that chocolate pudding we brought on with us has gone missing.
Well, I suggest you all keep looking and find it.
Yeah. Okay.
Barrett, you're at your console and you're kind of trying, you're shutting down the message, you're looking through other things, and it's at that point while you're here, you get notification of a weapons misfire, and 2 of your short lance ASAT missiles have fired.
What? Oh my gosh.
I will share that information with everyone.
Shoot it down.
So I obviously can't take care of this from the med bay. Who's closest to?
Koenig and Spuds probably, because they're down cargo bay. They could probably get over towards like weapon storage.
Let's get to going then.
Okay. Abbott, is Abbott still strapped down?
Well, I left him strapped down. Whether
Okay.
or not he still is a different question.
Abbott, what are you doing?
So long as Abbott is himself, he would have been patiently sitting there, just being strapped in.
Okay. And you are yourself, patiently strapped into a table. I didn't mean to do this to him, but well, the players did it, not me. But yeah, you are strapped in on the table. Are you keeping in contact with anybody?
Is what appears to be the issue. I see on my comms.
We've got some unauthorized firing that happened. That's what seems to be happening.
Ah, yes. Well, I suppose it could be gunned down. Did I hear that some of our artifacts were missing?
Yes, you did.
Since we do not know the ramifications, I could look for them. I would hate to see what would happen, if anything at all, to an organic life.
So, Jeff, when he was not acting himself, yeah, no. You're just gonna need to stay put a little while longer until we can get a chance to figure out how to keep you from going rogue. If you're getting messages from Mother, that could put all of us in danger.
I believe it was her voice that was the cause.
Is there any, like, are you able to disable your own receptors?
You may be able to dig inside my ear canals and damage the microphones that are inside. But then I wouldn't be able to hear your orders either.
Well, we can get around that locally.
I would
Give you
assume that
instructions.
so long as she doesn't somehow have her voice broadcasting through the ship again, that I would be okay. This is an assumption, however, just looking at the logs. As that is when the attack to the code had occurred.
That makes sense. I think first thing we need to figure out what's going on with this weapons fire, and then we'll see if I can come back around and disable your ears.
All right, so Koenig and Spuds, you head over to the weapons room, rep storage. Claymore, where are you? Where'd you go, Claymore? You still up on the
I've
bridge?
been wasting my time and like, God, he's clanging on things and cursing at the bridge, and just he's reported back that there's nothing he can do at the moment.
Yeah, like you can, like Barrett, you could set him to this task, but like if he, he would basically be committing a significant chunk of time to it. Like, and he knows that there's no quick fix right now to this.
If you want,
So
I
it's
can
just-
carry Lopez to the med bay, or
I'll go take a look at Lopez in a second. We can't be dead in the water. Like, it's going to take you some time, but we've got to get ourselves moving again.
Oh, I hate to say it, but we could abandon ship and set off the reactor.
Good.
That's an option. Nowhere near
do
the
we have
first or
a-
second option.
You do,
Do we have a
not
survival boat? Can we?
Okay, so I did stat your ship out a while back. You have specifically EEV2. So EEV2 does not provide you with a full lifeboat. You basically have a couple small pods that I don't even know if you have maneuvering thrusters in them or not, but it's definitely not top of the line in there. So you guys would be in a wee bit of trouble.
Stolen that ship.
Could've.
So Barrett wants to try to look at Lopez, see if there's any way to rouse him, try to
Okay.
get a description of who attacked him.
All right, so Barrett, for this turn, you're going to go take a look at Lopez. Claymore, what is so you want Claymore to try to get the ship moving? Claymore, you would know that there's nothing, like the only way to do it right now is if you tried to like get Mother to automate it. So it would require getting into the Mother room, which is something that Claymore can't do without physically trying to, like, you could try and force it open, or you can get like Barrett or Koenig or the officer Theo Ellis to open it up. Those are the three that can probably get into Mother without any issue, or you could just try to force your way into it. So if you wanted to do anything to get the ship moving, that's what it would be.
Yeah, I'll relay that. I'm willing to rip the door open, but I'm assuming that's not something that you want. I want to do whatever you want to do, but I also don't want to screw us over worse.
Barrett, did
So-
you ever get that broadcast signal turned off? The one that's beaming out our space
Yes, I did.
location? All right, I was going to tell Claymore just to go break the shit out of that, but it's already done. So
That's turned
never
off.
mind.
So I'll radio to Ellis to let Claymore in to the Mother room.
Okay, so yeah, Ellis will meet you there. We'll pop it open, and so you'll be spending your next turn in there with him as the two of you are trying to figure out if you can get Mother to just move the ship without you having access, like almost blindly, just trusting her calculations. Usually she does the calculations for like like your faster than light travel, and so this is like sublight travel, which is a little different.
Thank God we're not close to like an asteroid field or anything.
Or other planets and stuff like that, yeah. Or in hostile space. Okay, so Koenig and Spuds, you're going to the weapons area. How are you approaching? You just getting there quickly? Are you getting there stealthily? Are you getting there like keeping your eyes peeled? Is there a particular
Tactically, yeah,
Quietly.
definitely.
We know something's going on. So.
Yeah,
Okay. Mobility test?
yeah. I pulled 3.
One.
Okay. All right.
Can I kick one of mine over to Spuds?
Sure. We'll say 2 and 2, no problem.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me just roll something here. Don't worry about it. It's not important. Oh, wow.
That's the great combination.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
All right. You guys are very carefully moving through the corridors from the cargo area over towards where weapon storage is. And when you get there, you notice that the door has, similar to the bridge, been jammed shut. You can see the console has been ripped out of the wall and just kind of hanging there. But you do notice that the door, it's got like a sliver in it. It's like someone forcibly tried to close it after doing so. But you sneak up, and there's maybe about 3 to 4 inches worth of like a sliver of space. And whoever's in front, kind of peek through the sliver. You see the lights are off in there. There's like a flickering of emergency lights. You hear the sounds of boots on metal, on flooring, as there's somebody moving about inside weapon storage.
No line of sight on them from our crack in the door.
Roll observation.
How big was the crack again?
Maybe
Sorry, give me-
three
maybe
or
about
4
3
inches.
inches.
Is that big enough to slip an electroshock grenade through?
It's big enough to slip the barrel of a sniper rifle through.
I think so. Yeah, I think you could do that. Both of those things. Okay.
I gotta re-stress. I'm trembling.
Stop giving me stress.
It's the curse of leadership.
Oh, that one doesn't give me stress. I'm like, I'm acing all mine because I got the -2 or whatever to my roll. Nerves of steel, and you're
Oh, we got bits. What was our roll for bits? Stress relief, right? Remember stress
Oh.
healing? Oh, thank you, John McSuit. Appreciate that.
I'll tell you, I'm at 3 stress. What's everybody else at for stress?
Well, I got 2.
This one.
Yeah, you can heal. You can heal one. Okay. So I heard that you guys want to throw a grenade and you want to,
And then shoot.
Okay, so you want to throw your grenade? Is that your?
Can I throw the grenade first and then
Yeah.
because the
Okay.
electroshock?
Good with that.
Okay.
Okay, so you throw it. So you let your grenade go. So you see Spuds move up to the door, kind of peek inside. It's very dark. There's kind of shadows and figures and stuff moving around, and you throw your grenade in there. Koenig, you get in the position to shoot as the grenade kind of begins to crackle, and you can see that, and what looks like a kind of like this stool that's attached to one of the consoles in here that you kind of sweep out. You can see there is a figure that has sat down. You see the back, and then that's when the shot grenade goes off. Go ahead and. So what is it? Do you? Oh man,
It's
a
a stamina minus
anything.
2. That's because there's no damage. It's electroshock, so it's just meant to immobilize them.
Okay, let me roll that. So stamina minus 2.
Yeah.
What do I have for stamina? Oh God. Okay. Okay. That is. So I just got to get one pass, huh? If it's stamina minus 2, that's one. Yeah, I got literally one pass. So Koenig, you look in and you can see that there is sort of a short-haired individual sitting at the desk or at the console. The grenade goes off. You see the body kind of flail and fall and like kind of stumble down as they're trying to like duck for cover underneath the console as the grenade comes bouncing in. With your 3 successes, you notice that it is the pilot, Lewis Forrester, who is trying to crawl underneath the console. What do you want to do?
Shoot
Forrester.
Yes.
Open
Oh.
up this door. I'm putting a bullet in your eye.
And you hear, don't shoot, Sergeant! Don't shoot! And
Get this
he
door
holds
open.
he holds up his arms, and you can see that there's wires that has been bound around his wrist really tightly, and he starts to kind of hop over, and you see that it's on his ankles as well.
Are you alone?
He's just, yeah. And as he gets closer and closer, you can see that the entire side of his face has just been kind of caved in. One of his eyes he can't see out of. It's just this big cauliflower piece. And like the other side is okay. It's kind of like a scene from Rocky. It wasn't me. I swear. I just woke up here. As he's kind of holding up his arms. And he's like, I can't open the door. The console's
Just
down.
Sit down. Park your ass.
Drops right to the front. Yes, sir. Drops down. It wasn't me.
Let's get
Who
this
was
door
it?
open, Spuds.
Who was
I
it?
don't know. I don't know. Someone came into the
trust him.
bridge
Also,
while I was on.
Who just launched them 2 torpedoes?
It wasn't me. I just woke up here. I swear.
How do we know he's not a synth?
Well, we're going to find out because I'm going to go in there and want to stab his ass.
Don't stab me, sir. Don't stab me. Go ahead and roll heavy machinery to try to open the door. Try to pry the door the rest of the way open.
Yeah, let me
I'm
try.
going to push.
Oh, I don't know. I rolled like 3 times for me, but
Okay. All right, that's fine.
Oh, I pushed on Spuds. Okay.
You guys have this. Oh, you almost have the same amount. It's fine. One success. You push it open and you go in and you just charge at him, and stab him right in the ass. Okay. Okay. So you charge in, and do you in fact stab him?
Oh yeah, I'm not
Okay.
like
am
killing him.
You're
Stab.
testing.
Yeah.
You're testing.
Yeah.
Yeah. You cut him, and indeed, he does bleed red.
Good. Good.
Could you take these off now, sir? They
No.
really hurt.
no.
Kind of stares over at Spuds. You guys are like the same ranks. He's like, sir, as he looks over at Cody.
I don't like this. Why don't we
Something
lock him up
sketchy
with
is happening.
Abbott?
Yeah.
Instead,
Yeah.
just to make sure. Okay, we'll
Yeah.
cut over. We'll cut over to Claymore. Claymore, you're in Mother. You're like you and your warrant officer, your intelligence officer. You guys bust into Mother. I'm gonna need a comm tech on this Claymore. That's the only problem. This is I know it's not your role. But if there's anything we learned, when Claymore's only got a couple dice, that's when he's at his best.
Is it though?
It
Okay.
is. I do remember that.
Historically speaking, like I said,
See?
What?
like I said,
How?
you are the best when you have the less dice, better results, always.
This is
And
so
then
much easier when there's not a dead baby dong head in the room. Am I right? Oh, you went there. Let me tell you about the baby
There's
dong
a-
head.
What do you mean, dead baby dong head? What?
And I'll tell him all about it. Like the thing that terrified me. And I'm just gonna be talking about it. And somehow that just makes me feel better, and I actually get the job done.
So you get there, and he's just like, I'm glad that you're on the ship there, Claymore, but gotta say, I'm also kind of glad that they shut down that program of yours too. Hope you don't take offense to that.
It's okay. I'm not a real person, anyways. Doesn't matter.
No, don't go saying that. You're a real person. Real person wouldn't have been able to do this. You're fine. You're fine. You're a good fella. And he kind of slaps you on the back. Yeah, commendation is in order for you. I think you've been really diversifying your skill portfolio throughout the course of this mission. I'm gonna let General Reddick know. Don't worry. Keeping tabs on
Really
everything.
appreciate it. Jump, how high, how far, all that.
Yeah. Not jump, but you got a brain up there too. That's it's a dangerous thing. It's the most dangerous weapon a Marine can have. Might be command in your future, I think.
That's a very interesting suggestion. But if you say so, okay.
Okay. So yeah, the two you managed to get, you get into Mother, you start kind of messing around a bit, and you kind of just give her a general sort of you can feel the ship's engines, they're kind of sublight engines beginning to kind of kick in. You can feel the hum, and you do know that you're not dead in the water anymore. You're actually moving. You're not entirely sure where yet. You just got the one success, so you really just kind of got it going, as opposed to being able to sort of pick and choose in which direction. But you are at least moving away from where you were emitting the signal. Okay, so success. Where do you want to head next, Claymore?
Man, Claymore vaguely remembers that we were close to the that little asteroid belt, and we had wanted to go check out some
Yes.
strange spacecraft. But knowing that we're basically blind, I kind of want to veer, vector away from that a bit.
Okay.
Basically, that's what I would aim for. Is like aim away from the asteroids.
Okay, so do you want to stay here longer for like your next turn and see if you can kind of get more navigational control? Is that kind of what you're after?
I think so, and I'll communicate that back. But,
All right.
Yeah, I would really prefer for us not to crash. Moving is good, not crashing is possibly
Gotcha.
better.
Fair enough.
Logic.
Okay, so we'll kick it over to Barrett and Abbott. Thank you, Karai. We got another stress heal if you guys want it. Abbott and Barrett, what are you two doing? So Barrett, you were at the console. What was your objective? What were you trying to accomplish?
Actually, since Claymore and Ellis were working on Mother, I actually wanted to try to do medical aid on Lopez.
On Lopez? Okay. Go ahead and roll that.
One
Sure don't want to
success.
get Abbott to help you out. Yeah, you're able to kind of patch up his wounds, but in terms of like forensic analysis or anything, you can't really, like, the best person for this would be Abbott.
Okay.
Like if you really wanted to glean any sort of forensic medical idea, like what happened to him, that kind of stuff.
Okay. So the next thing that Barrett wanted to try to do, if I can kind of set this up for next time, would there be a way to disable interior broadcasts?
Yeah, I mean, you
Because
could just
I'm trying
yeah,
to find
you
a way
just-
to get Abbott back in. So if I can disable interior broadcasts, then I could have Abbott come out and we wouldn't have to worry so much.
I mean, you've already shut the speakers down, so like the whatever like verbal signal was broadcasting, whatever audio signal was broadcasting, it's no longer audible. At this point, the only thing you're hearing now are comms, like when people are communicating to each other. That's it.
Okay.
You've heard from Koenig and Spuds that they found Lewis, Forrester, and you've heard from Claymore that he's got the ship moving again.
Okay. So it couldn't be restarted. again to get in a signal.
I mean, you've shut communications down already, like inside. So you've stopped you've stopped emitting your broadband signal to space, and you've shut down interior ship communications. So the only thing you guys can do is communicate like in ear to one another.
Okay.
So any
As
kind
long
of
as long as
yeah.
I successfully did that, then I will release Abbott from
okay.
the galley.
All right. Cool. That's all right.
Thank you, Master Sergeant Marco Barrett.
It still concerns me greatly that you can, we heard what happened on the other ship. I'm sure it's not pleasant for you either to know that you're not in control of what you're saying and doing. But I think
It was my own personalized hell.
yeah, I wouldn't want you to do anything that you'd regret once you come to later. I think we've solved the problem.
I already regret it. I regretted it at the time. It filled me with an intense sadness.
Let's get this figured out quickly. But I'd rather have you helping us. And actually, with that, I was able to stabilize Lopez, but I can't really get a sense of what happened to him. If you could take a look at him, it'd be much appreciated.
Why, yes, of course. I would be more than happy to take a look at Lopez and see what had happened.
Thank you.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll. Medical aid's fine. Okay. All right. So as best you can tell, with 4 successes, which means you feel very confident in this, he was hit with one blow to the head, as that you can see, that had likely just taken him out in one swift motion. You can see that he's actually got fractures in the back of his skull. So whatever it was a very significant blow to the back of the head, likely caught him unawares. But you also notice something a little strange as well. You do notice that his skin is flaky in a way. He's got like very, very dry, and you can kind of see this like flakiness to it. And you can see there's like something possibly growing between, like you can see something kind of pushing out between what looks like cracks in his skin on the back of his neck. So it looks very, very like there's just like almost like a rash in the back of his neck, very, very flaky white skin, and then between like one of the cracks, you can see there's almost like something sprouting up out of it, like strange hairs or a mole or something.
Well, looks as if he was struck with an intense amount of blunt force trauma, to the point that it had fractured the back of his skull. He likely was unaware of this. Also, what is strange is that his epidermis does not, or his skin does not seem to be reacting the way a normal person's does, whereas most human beings, their skin will replenish itself. It has basically its own ecosystem. This one is functioning differently. The skin is flaking, and there appears to be some sort of growth that is not normal for a human being.
Barrett wants to go over and just stab the body, not where that little growth is, and just check for, just like we did with the forest.
You go over, you stab the body. It's blue. I like how violently, it's not slight cut, it's stab. Everyone just stabs, which is great, like right in the throat. So you stab, pull the blade out, it's red. I need both of you to roll stamina tests, please.
One.
Okay.
I got 3.
Okay. Good to know. What do you guys want to do next? With Lopez is alive, like has a pulse, just seems unconscious.
Should I do exploratory surgery?
Let's get him into the med bay.
Actually, one other thing. You had 4 successes on your medical aid, right, Abbott?
I did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You do notice, by the way, as you're examining and kind of peeling back the hair and kind of cleaning up the matted blood, that you would have expected kind of a bigger wound with how much blood was kind of matted up on his hair and on his neck and on his like it almost seems like it's very peculiar how small of a wound it has there.
Master Sergeant Margaret Barrett.
Yes, Abbott.
One other thing that is interesting is that his wound is superficial compared to the amount of damage done to the bones and the amount of blood that is clotted in his
What
hair.
medical conclusion do you draw from that?
Well, an assumption, and you know the phrase for assumptions,
I do.
yes, to assume is to make an ass out of you and me.
Yes, thank you.
I learned
what
that
was the
in
conclusion?
in my comedy studies.
For,
The, con-
for another time, Abbott. Thank you. So,
the conclusion is that I think that it has healed more quickly than it should have.
so we need to get this body into the med bay quickly, and we might need to post some security around him.
I get it into the med bay immediately.
Okay. So yeah, the two of you go ahead and you move him up to the med bay. Let's see. Let's go back to Koenig and Spuds in the weapons locker. The weapons locker. It's fine.
Yeah.
What do the two you want to do?
And what were we doing with him?
We're gonna.
You were
carry
stabbing him
his-
last time we saw.
we
Oh, no, we were
stabbed
going to lock
him.
him up with Abbott.
Yeah,
No,
we're
we'll
gonna
lock him up.
carry
I don't
his-
trust him.
Yeah, no, I
Okay.
agree with that. We're gonna carry him up, slap him on a table next to Abbott,
Okay.
get him tied down. At least we'll take these wire binds off of him. That
No.
way after we get him tied to the table,
All right.
we'll put our own binds on him first. That way, just in case this is all on the up and up. I'd hate to think I was causing undue pain onto one of our crew members here. So
He is suspicious, though.
he is absolutely.
Just
Okay.
cause. Let's go.
Yep.
Okay. You may get up to the galley, which is where Abbott was, and he is no longer strapped there. He appears to
What
be
in
missing.
the hee-haw is going on?
Where the fuck is Abbott at? He's gotten away.
Oh, no. Rip Claymore.
God bless it.
What do we
Eric,
do now?
come in.
Yeah,
Abbott's
Connor.
loose.
Abbott's right here with me. He's fine. I disabled communication, so he's not going to be able to hear the sermon, which means he's going to be fine. Needed him to look at Lopez. There's something actually weird about Lopez's body, so I'm glad he's out. We're at the med bay if you'd like to join us.
No, we found Ellis beating crap, hogtied in the goddamn weapons armory place.
Could he tell you who did it to him?
He has no idea. He just says he woke up in the armory. So we're going to tie him to a table here. I know he's not a synth. I stabbed him real good.
Then why are we tying him?
I don't know. Something's fishy. Don't worry, I can tie him up. That way it won't hurt him or nothing. That is at least one thing that hell beast of an ex-wife of mine taught me. It was, rope play.
Could we use him for something?
I mean, if you want me to just let him go and we can put him to work, I can do it. But
Bring him over to the med bay. Abbott's already taken a closer look at Lopez. Let Abbott take a closer look at him. See what we can see if he's all right.
all right, well, it'll take us a minute. We're carrying him, so we'll be there.
Okay. So you bring him over to the med bay. Claymore, roll observation.
Oh boy. Observation. Oh, okay.
Yet
Huh.
again.
Okay.
I told you the fewer dice that you roll, the better everything is. That's just how it works for you, man. Okay, you so you're in here with Theo Ellis. Okay, you're kind of working on this thing. He keeps he pats you on the back a couple of times, tell you how how good you're doing, what a great job you're doing, all that kind of stuff, and you kind of, as you're sitting up, you gotta look over at him, and you notice that he's kind of scratching his eyes a bit, just rubbing them, almost looking a little sort of disoriented as he's doing so.
No, you're not supposed to do that. You should just blink or like get some eye drops or run some water. You really shouldn't shove your fingers in there.
I know, but oh god, if it don't just itch the hell. And he kind of opens them up and looks at you, and as you're looking at his eyes, you see these small little black, like almost worm-like things begin to float around in the sclera, the white portion.
So I don't know exactly how to take this. I need to take you to the med bay immediately. Keep your eye closed.
Whoops. Sorry.
Please try to stay calm, but believe me when I tell you it's for your own good and it's an emergency.
What are you talking about now? No, we
You-
gotta get
No,
gotta
you've
get
been
the ship.
contaminated.
I outrank you.
I
We
don't
gotta
give a shit.
get
You
the
have worms
ship.
in your eyes. You have worms in
This
your
is-
eyes. I'm gonna take
Worms
out my
in my
camera
eyes.
and look at the reflection.
Worms in my
Look at your own
eyes.
face. Look at your face.
He
Look
looks.
at your face in the reflection. Look at your eye.
Roll a d6. 1, 2, 3. He sees it.
Claymore.
Man.
He's like, what the? And you got kind of.
Close your eye. Calm the fuck down. I'm sorry that I'm speaking to you in this way, sir, but please get your ass to the goddamn med bay.
Okay. I need to do one quick thing.
I'm using my brain, remember? Now use yours.
Okay. I need 1 second. All right. I need you to roll a stamina test. There.
Oh boy. Any chance that there's a chemical or biological nature to it?
What? What are you talking about? In fact, there is.
Okay. I've got a UDEP that gives me a +2 on that.
Okay. I rolled well.
Okay.
You used to be excited
I
about
rolled
that.
really well. You want to push that?
I assume so.
Okay.
Ooh.
Right as he's like backing up and he's about to kind of cough, you just sort of push him away from you, and he stumbles back against the console, and like you just quickly just get your protective gear up. You get your maybe your helmet's kind of on the back. You just quickly whip it over top of your head at that point, just in time as like you can see the saliva spittle like right up against his face at that point.
I'm so uncomfortable.
Okay. All right. So what do you want to do? You want to you can see he's freaking out, but he seems concerned, but also he's just like, assaulting a superior officer is going in your permanent record, and he just seems
That's
kind of
fine.
like combination of
Rabbit.
agitated and disoriented.
We have some sort of biological thing going on with the intelligence officer here.
That was to you
Yes.
guys.
So Koenig and Spuds are back at the med bay now. Have you dropped off Ellis?
Yeah. Claymore, is he compromised?
He's got fucking worms in his eyes. Like the fuck? I don't fucking know. It's scary as shit up here, okay, you guys? The last time I was in another room, there was a goddamn dead baby donghead. The next time in another room, some motherfucker gets worms in his eyes. I'm never going in the mother room again.
Go get him.
Knock his ass out and bring him down here.
Sir, would you kindly please just walk yourself? Please. Respectfully, I'm very concerned for you. But I'm also concerned for what might happen to others if you bled anywhere or something like that.
Go ahead and roll manipulation.
Shit.
Pretty sure the order was to knock him on the back of the head.
Push, push, push.
I will push it actually, just because it would be funny to me if it worked. No, it doesn't.
Oh.
He looks you directly in the eye. Worms swirling about. If you want to have a career in the Marines, shut your damn mouth. How dare you give that information over without... Get the hell out of this mother room right now before you're done for life, you hear me? We'll put you back in that damn testing lab and we'll do whatever the hell we want with you.
I might be done with my life, but my life's gonna be a lot longer than yours, you stupid son of a bitch. Move your ass now. I'm done
He gets on
asking
the
nicely.
comms. He gets on the comms. Master Sergeant, you need to get your damn dog on back on his leash. He's losing his mind in here. He's waving around his knife. He's trying to attack me. What the hell what kind of show are you running here? This is to you, Barrett.
Oh, sorry.
Do I have to do it again? I did. I do. I caught Melissa.
Sorry.
Yeah. So yeah, he calls into you, says you need to get your dog on a leash, referring Claymore, and saying that he's waving a knife around and acting violent, that kind of thing, towards him.
Yeah, he radioed us and said you got something in your eye. Listen to him and get your ass in here.
Get,
Medbay now.
get something in my eye. It's a fleck of dust. Get your damn dog back on his leash, and you don't order me around. Who the hell do you think you are?
I do actually order you around, so get your
No,
ass
you
in
don't.
Medbay.
See, this is constantly what you forget. He's the ranking. He's got operational command. Like you don't offer. You don't actually. I keep telling you that. Yeah, there's no one with greater authority on the ship than him.
I'll hop on the comm.
Master-
Claymore, knock his ass out.
Master Sergeant Margot Barrett,
Yes, Ab.
would this be a time that is appropriate to relieve him of his command, since he is compromised?
It makes sense to me. I think we should probably get him examined, but Koenig and Spuds, go give Claymore a hand. We need to get him up here. Get
My
him.
pleasure.
A hand, she means knock him out or kill him.
I'm all about that.
Roger.
Claymore, what do you want to do here?
So I know Koenig said knocked him out.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not Barrett.
You're not Barrett.
I'm a bear. I'm really sorry about all this. I'm trying to do the right thing. I don't want to strike this man.
Just do it.
Mama said knock you out.
Oh my God! There you go. All right, roll your attack. Oh God! Jesus Christ!
Wow.
Mama said knocks you out. I'm gonna knock you out.
That'll do it. That is a lot of freaking successes. All right,
I'm not
so you
trying to
literally
kill him, but
you reach out with your stun baton, and you think for a moment you might have just electrocuted him. As he just begins to surge and kind of starts to shake, you see bits of smoke start to erupt from where your stun baton is resting against his skin. You see this horrible burn mark as you manage to actually get him underneath some of his clothing, and he just slumps and falls.
no.
You might have you're not sure. You might have just killed him.
Oh my gosh. So Barrett is going to turn to Abbott, and she's just going to say, it's so easy to forget that I'm not in charge. But I think I really should be in charge. Like, really in charge. I'm kind of in charge, but I should have my own ship. I think that would be great.
Are you looking for me to confirm what you were saying?
You don't have to. You're busy. Just a thought.
Abbott goes back to doing what he's doing.
Guess I need to get this guy to the med bay.
Okay, so you pick him up, you start carrying him. You run into Koenig and Spuds along the way, as you're
Stay
kind
away
of.
from him. You can see that Claymore's getting his ute up on. Like he's got a poncho that helps protect against.
Did you kill him?
Kinda
I only hit him
disappointed.
the one time, but like I was really freaked out.
Why
and-
didn't you wait for us? We
God
wanted
damn
in
it,
on it.
Claymore. I would have loved to seen that.
What's wrong with him? What?
We'll keep a distance, but he's got worms in his eyes and like
Worms? Like pink worms in the dirt and the night crawlers?
I think maybe the rest of us should suit up.
I think so too. I think that's a fantastic idea.
Hey,
Actually, no, I shouldn't take him to bed. Babe. He should be like quarantined or something, maybe. I don't
Take
know.
him
I'm
to
not-
cryo.
should we check Lewis's eyes?
I was just thinking that too. Yeah, go throw his ass in cryo for now.
Okay.
And yeah, let's go take a look at Lewis, see if he's got some swimming friends in there too.
Okay, Claymore, you bring Theo Ellis into the med bay, drop him in front of Abbott. Abbott, roll a medical aid.
Am I using any tool or anything, or am I just?
Yeah, if you have something, you can. Yeah, you can take your bonus. If you have like a med kit or something, that's fine.
do?
Watch this flatline.
Just going crazy. This is not how I expected this to go tonight. Yeah, he's dead.
Oh,
Oh, you
Yeah.
did it, Claymore.
oh.
This one has expired.
Well,
Heart gave out. You think the amount of electrical surge that just went through him ruptured his aorta. But you know, once you start surgically, you could probably get that. But yeah, and then the slow walk, talking with Koenig and Spuds, the healing time ran out, and yeah, he died relatively recently. But with your extra 4 successes, you do in fact see the same thing Claymore mentioned, and you see like these worms kind of floating around.
I do see what you had witnessed earlier. I could do an exploratory autopsy on this, or we could dump him in the incinerator and vent everything out into space.
Number 2.
Get rid of it.
Opinion.
usually I'm all about bringing back specimens, but given our situation, I'm voting incinerate.
We may want to get some answers, though. We can
Where did that voice come from?
investigate first.
Uh,
Disintegrate.
Are you
Second.
overriding Koenig's orders?
I can very easily do that. I outrank him.
Yeah,
I'm
you
just
do.
confirming before I take action.
Investigate first. If it becomes dangerous to do so, then incinerate.
I will.
I'll have my flamethrower ready if we need immediate flaming.
Should,
Okay.
Barrett,
We
one
have
thing.
2
I-
bodies
oh.
here that have something going on with them. It'll be helpful for us to know something about what's going on.
then perhaps I should do the autopsy on the incinerator table. That way, if something does go on, I can just shove it in and burn it.
Good
Good
idea.
thinking.
I'd also vote that the rest of us get in vac suits just in case. I mean, I'm sure if there's something floating in the air, we're already fucked. But you know,
As you're saying it, I'm already putting a suit on. Aye.
Double bagging
Roger.
yourself.
Perhaps that black liquid is a mass of eggs, much like tadpoles. And
hell,
Yeah,
that
I
makes
mean,
sense.
I
It was
think you
certainly
guys are.
moving weird.
You guys call yourselves Marines. You're just always so cautious and careful. Like, I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna see
I
what's
think
going on. and if
she's
he
the
needs any
one that's
help-
always hiding around corners.
Hey, Abbott, you
Oh.
take a look at Barrett's eyeballs there.
Master Sergeant Margot Barrett, would you submit to a medical scan on your eyeballs?
Don't see why. I'll hold up a knife and see if I see anything swimming in my eyes.
It's the only
Nothing.
way to be sure.
You don't see anything in their eyes. Abbott, I'll roll over your 4 successes on the medical aid. That's a lot. Yeah, you peek in her eyes. There's no worms floating around inside of her.
There's the only thing that's floating around is a healthy amount of floaters for someone of your age.
That's so friggin' annoying. But yeah, see, I told you, I'm fine. Just start what you're doing. If y'all want to go put on your little suits and go away, whatever, I'm gonna watch.
I'm detecting
It's
some
wonderful.
hostility, Master Sergeant Marco Parrot.
Agree
I
with
would
that.
like to get some answers, and we keep talking about everyone wanting to protect themselves, and we're not doing anything. Can
Yeah,
perform
we-
the autopsy?
Answers don't do any good if you're dead.
I'll be glad to help move him to the table for the procedure.
Thank
In
you.
the meanwhile, I know it sounds overly cautious, but you're very important. Would really love it if you put on your suit too, please.
I don't need
You
to. It's fine.
When the hell has Barrett ever erred not on the side of caution?
I don't like this here, Koenig.
Like this one bit.
So at that point, weapons alarm goes off. You have apparently loosed additional weapons.
Well, it's certainly whoever the hell captured Ellis done that. Suit
I'll
up,
go
another sweep.
investigate.
Unless Barrett, you seem awfully trigger happy. You want to lead this one?
Sure, why not?
It's fantastic.
What?
Okay, yeah, you guys head down to the weapon storage area again, and you notice that 3 more missiles have been shot off. You have a grand total of 1 left.
Who is unaccounted for at this point?
We'll say just to keep it simple, we'll say that Ripper has been keeping an eye on everybody else inside, like, crew quarters or something like that, and so she's got eyes on Hutch and in PFC Dawson, one of the other people you rescued on the moon. Yeah, so the 3 of them we'll say are, I think that's, yeah, the 3 of them, and then you've killed Ellis. You've got Forrester strapped down on the table in the med bay, and then the rest of you are together, right?
Yeah.
So, stowaway. Let's go shoot us a stowaway.
Off we go.
Would you like me
where?
Would
Where
you
we
like me to
going?
finish my autopsy?
Yes, go ahead, Abbott.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna take the body towards the incinerator and do the autopsy. We can do that whenever you're ready.
Okay.
Claymore, why don't you hang back and give Abbott some backup just in case?
sounds like a fair plan.
Seeing how Barrett's like leading the charge, I'm gonna like to Koenig, like when Barrett's like walking in front of us, be like, take knife, like stab it. To Barrett.
I'll lean over. Why do you think I had Claymore hang back?
Good thinking.
He probably would
Okay.
not respond well to that.
Oh God, no, not at all. Do you guys do something? I know we're joking, but are you gonna stab her?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Okay.
Soon as we're out of Claymore's immediate ear range,
Sure. Okay.
God.
just lightly in the back of the arm, not so lightly.
Okay. Let's. Jeez. Let's do a contested stealth versus observation. So observation Barrett, stealth Koenig, to see if she sees you suddenly sneaking up with a knife against her.
That's just mobility, right?
Mobility.
Can I
yeah.
assist?
Yeah, we can say you're distracting her.
Distracting?
Sure. Okay.
So I got 1 success there. That assist die. Okay. I'm going to push.
Okay.
No, I do bad job.
So Spuds, you're kind of chatting Barrett up a bit, saying, kind of maybe nagging her a little bit. And then it's at that point, Barrett, that you see as you pass by just like a reflective surface, and you see Koenig like almost like psycho, like with a knife up in his hands, getting ready to just sort of stab in the back. And yeah, you can whirl around, gun up, pointing right at Koenig, who's just got the knife up, getting ready to stab you.
Can I help you?
You're acting screwy as hell. So I was just going to give you a little poke to see if you've been swapped out or not.
No. That'll make you feel better.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. After I stab you, I'll let you stab me. We can both stab Spuds together. That'll be fun.
Hey, what?
I'll stab her in the arm.
Yeah, you stab her in the arm. Take a point of damage, Barrett. You are getting stabbed, so it feels. I mean, if you're letting him do it, just take a. I mean, you could do it carefully, so you're not gonna like kill her or anything. But if you're, you're literally going through armor and all that kind of stuff, so we'll say a point of damage. You retract the blade, and it is in fact blood on the end.
I hand the knife over. Hold out an arm.
I'll stab back. I guess we're doing this.
Okay.
Guess we're doing this.
You stab Kona. Kona take a point of damage, but it is also red blood when you retract the blade. Both of you know that you're both cool, and then you both look over at Spuds.
Come here, Spuds.
Is that an order?
You always got to poke a hole in a baked potato before you put it in the microwave.
He slowly holds up his arm, rolls up his sleeve. To Koenig, not to Barrett.
Okay, fair enough.
I'll take the knife. I'll give him a poke. A decent enough stab, equal to what I did to Barrett. I don't want to, be seen as playing favorites here.
Same thing. Point of damage. You retract the blade. You see that it is red blood. I need both Koenig and Spuds to roll stamina test. Barrett, you can do it too.
Oh, God.
Stamina.
Yeah,
Yeah,
all three of you roll stamina test.
Oh no! You suit up to take no. Oh no! Two.
How is
Look at
Claymore
Chuck.
the
Look at
reasonable one in
Chuck.
this party?
We just infected ourselves.
Yes, he did.
Chuck just realized what we all did.
And I drop an item. Can I just say I dropped my stabbing knife?
Yeah, sure. It kind of crumbles onto the
I'll
ground.
push this.
Sure. Oh God. Oh dear. Spuds, go ahead and roll your stress. Oh my God. What is happening?
Please
Four
tell me 4 successes.
Okay. How many did you have, Barrett?
2.
2. Okay. How many? And Koenig, you didn't have any, right? You had
None.
Okay. Okay. So that just happened.
Oh my God.
Seems like such a good idea.
Stab party.
Okay. Meanwhile, Abbott and Claymore, where you guys? So walk me through. Were you just going to take him to the incinerator and put him in, or were you just going to just do it? You were going to do an exam or something first, right?
I made some assumptions. I imagined a table on an incinerator that could push something in and burn it. So I was going to do the autopsy on that table, and if anything got out of hand, I would just put the body in and start burning it.
Okay. Go ahead and roll. In this case, roll observation. In this case, this is less about trying to help him survive and more about kind of collecting samples and things like that of anything interesting. Yeah, you do a basic, maybe to strip them down or something, look for any other wounds or anything, some scars here and there, but you don't, other than what happened with Claymore, you don't notice any recent cuts, abrasions, anything like that. And before you're able to, before you toss them in, you do manage to very carefully kind of get into the sclera of the eye, and you can like tweezer it, and you pull out, kind of pulling, and then it kind of pops at the last second, and some eye liquid kind of explodes, and you manage to get one of those tiny little worms into a sample vial. But after a couple minutes of like a really careful examination, you don't see any other wounds other than the one Claymore did. Is there anything else you're looking for with one? You get the sample, but that's pretty much it. But is there something else that you wanted to do with this before you incinerate him, Abbott?
This is interesting, Claymore.
Burn it.
I do not know how this got inside him.
I don't care. Just please burn the body. You did what Mama
Right.
said. You got your sample. Just
But perhaps there's more inside other pieces of the body. It would
you
make
could
you
be
much
putting
more
me at risk.
comfortable if
You
I
know,
did this.
by doing further things. You don't know how I'll get in there. So if you continue this, you could be risking my life. Would you do that, Abbott? Or are you gonna burn that motherfucker now?
I think I wish to put you at ease because you not at ease is very bad for mission parameters. As I will slide the body inside and I will burn it. I will incinerate it. But I kept the worm in the little vial.
Yes, you have a sample, no problem. And then you two go ahead and do that. Claymore, I know it's not your forte. Roll observation.
Okay.
Okay. Go ahead and roll. Yeah, go ahead and roll stress. Probably should have given you stress for pulling the thing out. Yeah. I also think, by the way, Koenig, Spuds, Barrett, each of you take an extra point of stress. You just stabbed each other. Like, I don't know. I just feel like that makes sense. I feel like stress is high with that part of the group.
I won't argue.
Yeah.
I won't argue.
Yeah. No
Yeah.
panic roll or anything like that. Just take an extra point of stress, though. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you're okay, Claymore, but it's a little unsettling. All right. So let's go back over to the stab group. So you get over to the weapons room again, and you could see that, like, again, you count the number of like in your stock. It's still you got literally one missile left. You've got some damage to the console. You still got damage to the room. There's nobody in here, and it's just as you left it when you found Lewis Forrester in here.
Well, that sucks ass. Let's take that missile with us.
We could just disable the controls.
Yeah, I suppose that works too. But you hear me out. Let's say one of them weird ass, crazy ass scents that we might have picked up on that planet over there, or the station, got on board. What happens if we turn a corner in a hallway and it's just standing there? You know what we do? Toss this damn missile like a football. Take care of it real quick.
Jeff, what is the size of this?
I mean, it's a missile on a starship, so
Okay,
it's fairly big. Yeah, but I don't have the exact parameters of it, but it's fairly large. I think of it in terms of like the size of like a submarine torpedo, or maybe bigger. I don't know.
Okay, that's what I would.
sure.
Yeah, that's
Several feet long, at least. I
Like
would say.
swing it like a baseball, like that.
Sure.
I
Toss it like a sack of potatoes. But
no
I mean,
worse
I
than
guess
Use it
if
for
you-
shooting practice, yo. Just see what happens.
Yeah, used to do it as a kid all the time. You toss the can up and then you shoot it before it hits the ground.
I don't. I can do this. I can disable
All right.
this.
What?
You're in charge here.
Okay, so you're
So-
trying to disable what exactly?
The
missile
ability to
it's-
fire these.
Oh,
Okay, all right.
May I interject? What if we need to fire on something because we've just broadcast the whole system and somebody could be coming? We might need that there missile.
Well, right, but we've already lost a few because other people can fire them. So I'll disable it. So I'm not ripping wires out here. I'm doing this in a way that I can get on another
Okay.
console and fix.
Spuds. It'll be cool. We can do what we need to do with one missile. It'll be good.
You want to
Ever
stab
hear of
each
the
other
Riker
again?
maneuver?
Okay, so at this point you're basically physically sabotaging as opposed to getting on console, because again there's someone's already kind of messed with this. So go ahead and roll heavy machinery for this.
Oh, so we are physically.
Yeah, there's no like I was saying before, when Koenig and Spuds found Forrester, it was much like the bridge. Someone had kind of
Got
taken
it.
something to the consoles in here, and then there was somebody blew up a grenade in here. I'm not going to say who, but somebody blew up a grenade in a room with live missiles.
Electroshock grenade.
Electroshock.
Let's be clear. This was not
Fair
a
enough.
ballistic
Fair enough.
grenade.
Fair enough. Okay. Oh my god.
Okay.
This is not.
Yeah.
Okay. You want to push?
Sure.
Okay.
I have no idea what we're shooting out there like that. I don't know if that's good or bad. That's a 1.
Yeah, you managed to, as you're confident that you've managed to sort of sabotage the tubes that would shoot this missile out for sure. If anyone tries to fire it, if anyone tries to manually fire it, it would likely blow up within the in the tube. Okay. So,
Is that better?
what? I don't know. I just baited her into that. Okay, so Claymore and Abbott, what are you two doing? This is like that game. This is like the thing, like Outpost 31. Totally
Yeah, Abbott
it's
was
that board game. God.
in process of hopefully burning the body.
Yeah,
I
body's
was-
burnt. You're good.
Now
What do the
what?
two of you like to do now?
Do we have like a protective case that we can put that tube in that we can then lock and then put inside of another case?
Oh, is this making you uncomfortable?
Is it not the fucking clear? You study comedy and you're gonna look at my fucking face? Of course it's bothering me. I'm freaked the fuck out right now.
Why don't you tell me a little bit more about how you feel?
I feel like I wanted to punch your face earlier when I had a good excuse to, and I didn't, and I want to do it now. I just always want to punch your face.
That must be very difficult for you, being faced with that all the time. As I'm going to try and use my counselor trait to help him relieve some stress.
Oh yeah, for sure, absolutely.
Let's see
Oh, it's
here.
fantastic, man. Oh, Abbott, you're just hilarious. Crack me up.
I'm able to help him reduce his stress by 1.
There you go, Claymore. Feel a little better. Feel a little better. Okay. So, where do you two go next? You've got this body taken care of. What do you want to do next?
I think we don't know how he got it, but he was just walking around. We've got a lot of the people on the ship. They're all gathered together. That sounds like a really bad fucking idea if there's stupid space worms. So maybe we should go back to the rest of the crew and see if they've got worms.
Well, sorry. Well, I have made some observations. So someone did report that the goos were missing. Correct? Perhaps we should turtle up until we figure out the secret of the goos.
And that's the end of the stream, everybody. I'm just going to go ahead and cancel the Lollygaggers Twitch channel. And we apologize greatly. Okay, so do you guys want to meet up with the stab group? Stabby McStabberstons?
Yeah, we can go meet up with the knife party.
Okay. Barrett, Koenig, Spuds, where do you all head after sabotaging the missile tube?
I got an idea.
Oh,
I think you're going to like this one.
we'll see.
So we got a stowaway on board. We know that. They're in here. They're fucking with shit.
Yes.
We get the crew. We go hole up in the mess lab. Seal the doors. Vent the rest of the ship. If
Then
anyone's in here, they'll get sucked out.
that's an option. I was curious to see if we could use, if I could do a contact somewhere to figure out where exactly those weapons got sent to.
No, you don't have outgoing sensors, remember? You're flying blind right now.
Okay, so there's no like weapons tracking system or anything, but like.
No.
Okay.
No. I mean, I would say like Barrett would probably put together, like Koenig saying, saboteur. Someone's depleting you of your arsenal more than they're targeting something specific. They seem to be like, you guys are literally down to one missile in your railgun. Those missiles, by the way, you blew up a freaking space station with. So you launched 2 of them and blew up an entire space station with them. And so now the rest of your inventory, you're down to 1.
Okay. Do we have anything in the ship that's some sort of a like motion sensor or something like built into the ship that we wouldn't have when we were like off
Yeah, so
planet, but we would have on the ship?
Yeah, we talked about this. Is like no one, I think, spec themselves with having a motion sensor.
So
But
the ship doesn't have anything either.
no, but what I was gonna say is that you guys do have you have a pretty significant armory of weapons. So if one of you wanted to take on that, you probably could get one of those. Let me see. I can't remember where they're at, but. Motion. So yeah, if somebody wanted to take like it's like the M314 or the M316, which is in the Vision Devices folder. So just search for motion and you'll find them. You could potentially do that. Like we could say that there's certainly one. There are some drawbacks, so just check the notes and which one you would take. But you can have them. I don't care. That's fine. You guys are gonna kill each other anyways. It doesn't matter.
Tell you what, if we're not going to venom out into space, Spuds, let's just go hunting.
Oh, okay, sir.
That's more like it.
Okay.
I'll get my rifle out and run out of the room.
Okay.
Come on, Spuds, keep up.
Spuds, do you go with him?
Yeah, follow the
Okay.
orders.
All right.
I guess.
Go ahead and roll observation. Is you're just running through the ship now. Claymore, Abbott, and Barrett, what are you three doing while they're running about the ship? Both of you can
All
roll
right.
that observation.
Okay.
It's fine.
I strongly think that we need to check the rest of the crew. We don't know how Alice got infected. There's a very strong chance that there might be other people that are infected too.
Well, I would tend to agree with you. I would like to take another look at Lopez because I want to see if there's any similarities in any of this. Because one thing I had found, Master Sergeant Marco Barrett, was this, as I hold up the tube with the worm tadpole thing in it.
Just gonna inch like 3 inches further away.
And we could study this as well, analyze it, see if we can learn anything from it. It appears to use living organisms as a host, though.
Any information that we can get, the better, because that's 2 of our crew.
Very well. Then it would be back to the medical room in order to analyze them.
Abbott's going to medical. Claymore, you're going to crew quarters to stab everybody. Is that right?
If Mamba wants to prioritize studying that, in case something weird happens, it's probably good to have a second person on hand. I'm not saying that I want to burn the body when something terrible happens, but I'm prepared to do so. It was a really poor joke, and I'm sorry, Mom.
No, go ahead.
If I had thought of it at the time, I would have checked the epidermis of the body to see if there's any flaking of the skin. Although
Yeah,
one thing
with one observation, you didn't see anything like that.
Yeah. Although one thing I would recommend, just to see if there's any correlation, not necessarily causation, is for you all to keep an eye on your skin and see if you do start to develop flaking, as it is a potential symptom. However, that is yet to be verified.
Barrett will look down at her hand.
Looks fine.
I'm already all suited up in my UDAP.
So is everybody in their protective gear at this point, I'm assuming?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We certainly talked about it.
Yeah, Abbott, are you gonna put protective gear on, or just Abbott walk around normal? I don't know.
Abbott will put protective gear on to make everyone else feel better.
Okay. All right. So
If this can infect my body, then we may as well keep everyone else safe. Although I do not think it will. I do not think I would be suitable for this, as in case it is cold-blooded, it would not survive if it has to be a warm-blooded individual to survive. I do not generate that sort of heat.
Why we need
So
to
you're
study it
meeting-
more. You can see if it do some tests on that little worm that you found and see how it does to temperature.
So yeah, I would go back to the medical area, and I would take some time looking at it now that it's had time to cool down outside of the body, see if it's lethargic, put it under a lamp and see if it speeds up. Gives
Yeah,
us
I mean,
most-
at this point, any additional scientific study you do of it is gonna be a shift. Like it's gonna be like literally
okay.
extended study. It's like quick observations are I don't think are gonna net you any additional information. So longer periods might help. So back to Claymore. Claymore, do you go stab everybody? Like I just want to be clear. Are you going to check on everybody in the crew quarters? And Barrett, where are you headed?
No, I mean, I brought it up, but it seems like. Sorry, I got a frog in my throat. Oh my god, I'm infected. It got me.
Well,
no.
I mean, I think we have to play it that way now, right? I think that's true. Roll a stamina test. I'm just kidding.
Oh, man. No,
Okay.
it seems if they want to prioritize studying the other body, I'll go with Abbott so he's got somebody there just in case something happens.
Okay. So you're with Abbott. Barrett, where are you?
Going back with Koenig and Spuds.
All right, so you're chasing after Koenig and Spuds. Okay. Abbott, Claymore, you're in the medical bay. Then we've got Ripper, who is with the rest of the crew. That's not Lopez, because Lopez is, I think, he's in the med bay too. The rest of the crew there. So it'd be Hutch and Ripper, I think, are in the crew quarters, and then probably Lopez. Hutch, Dawson, and Ripper are in the crew quarters. So we'll say Lopez and Abbott and Claymore are in the med bay. Lewis Forrester remains strapped down by himself in the galley, and Barrett, you go chasing after Koenig and Spuds. Koenig and Spuds, who's the forward observer? Spuds, you're used to being out front, but Koenig is just like got this burst of adrenaline, and he's just like running like a little kid for Christmas and stuff. As you're chasing him down, you don't see anything initially, as you're kind of just quickly peering in, and maybe Koenig is just moving so fast. But as you're maneuvering about the lower decks of the ship, cargo area, weapons area, you kind of get into the water recycling facility, the place where water is cleaned and then pumped back out into the rest of the ship for, showers, drinking water, etc. And as Koenig kind of is like running out, Spuds, you notice something kind of glistening on the ground as he's sort of, Koenig's running around looking, checking corners and stuff like that. You see the two metallic urns laying on the ground next to the water recycling tanks. You see that they're open, they're on their sides, and they appear to be empty. And we'll go ahead and we'll stop there for tonight,
No.
as you might have discovered how that happened. Okay.
No.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. This is bad. This is very
Everything's
bad.
fine. It's
Everything's
not going to
fine.
affect us. We're doing great.
Everything's fine. You're gonna be
All
great.
we got to do is just not drink water.
Who
Or
needs
stab
water?
ourselves
No.
anymore.
Not only that, but have any of you drank water in the past shift? I don't know. Two
No.
shifts? I mean, when did those things go missing? I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, let's do some closing plugs. Everyone's happy. Chuck, what are the Defenders doing this week?
Wednesday, Pathfinder 2nd edition. It'll be great. I'll have to see if I could figure out a way to get some PvP going in that after tonight's session. Then Friday night, 10 p.m. Central on Defenders, we're doing some Shadowrun. We did our makeup session last night, and the crew made mortal enemies with the Triad. So everything's going great with them. And then Saturday at 1 p.m. Central, I guess Adam can talk about this because, yeah, I'll let Adam talk about that. Yeah, that's what we
Well,
got.
Adam, talk about it because you're up next.
Okay. Well, this coming, actually tomorrow, Guru Perilous Plays will be playing Tribes in Midgard with folks in the Guru Perilous Studios. If you want to check out us playing it, I think the new season's up. And then on Saturday, we will be playing a bit of 5th edition. It'll be my very first time ever playing 5th edition. And we're playing an adventure called Shadow War, which was illustrated by Felix Mile. And it's by Nord Games. So I'm looking forward to doing that.
Felix Mile of Heart fame, which
Yes,
is
that's
definitely
true.
one of my favorites. Yeah, a bunch of us on the screen, Chuck, Matt, myself, Melissa. We ran it last year, so you can catch our Heart game over on our YouTube channel if you want to take a look at that. Awesome art in that. Okay. Anything else?
I'm sure I could go on forever, but no.
Yeah. Well, you might be the only one alive pretty soon. So, yeah, you'll have like 2 hours all by yourself. It'll be great.
Cool.
Just be me and you hanging out.
Yeah.
Next up is old Matty Two Arms. Matt, what do you got?
Well, Sirenscape ended last week, so nothing other than Delta Green over on Garblight Games this Thursday. Jeff said there's a, what did you say, a 66% chance?
66.6% chance.
The adventure may end this Thursday. So whatever that means, it might come to a close this week.
Might.
So join us to see. I assumed death, and Melissa said, "No, don't go right to death." But how else could it end? We have to all just die.
There's no
Tuesday.
No funner way to die. Then,
Thursday.
Thursday. Yeah. Thursday.
Delta
Garblight Games.
Garblight Games, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Yeah, you can catch Jeremy, Matt, myself. We're all in that game. And I've already killed one of Matt's characters, so why not two?
It's time for number 2.
Let's be honest. And Jeremy, you got anything you want to plug, maybe?
Yeah, sure. Speaking of Delta Green, if you like the occult and you like investigations, you go to Kickstarter, look up Black Blizzard, because issue 3 is now ready to be funded. And it's been underway for some time. It looks pretty awesome. I think you'll love it.
Yeah, it just came up. I think didn't it just drop this morning? Because I'm pretty sure I just backed it this morning. So let me get the link. But yeah, I thought it was this morning. I could be wrong. It could have been yesterday. But yeah, there's the link. We plugged the first one and the second one, and so now the third one's out. And I wish I had them in close proximity so I can show them, but maybe next time. But you got 25 days, so hopefully we'll play again before we see it again. All right, then I guess last is Melissa and I. We're going to be, as Matt said, Thursday we're doing Garblight Games, Delta Green Viscid. Saturday we'll be back for more One Ring. We're 2 sessions in. Things are going really, really great, actually. It's a lot of fun. So go check that out. You can catch the first episode on YouTube. Second one I'm going to drop on YouTube tomorrow. So you can kind of catch up nice and quick. Come check that out. Friday, we just finished our part 3 of our Impossible Landscapes for Delta Green campaign. So we're not going to start up part 4 until January. I don't know what, if anything, we're doing on Friday this week. So just sort of tune in. We're going to try to do something if we can, but schedules are getting weird because of course of holiday season, and we got some people who work in retail, and retail's crazy right now. So, but yeah, so that's it. We'll be back in. I don't know. Will we be back in 2 weeks? Actually, the 27th. Or we have a couple people. I think we have a couple people missing that week. So we'll have to talk to see whether or not we want to play that. I don't think we want to play with. Considering the state we're leaving the game in tonight, we probably shouldn't play unless at least 5 people are here. So
the last game of 2021 for Alien.
Yeah, I think this might be it for Alien until January because of holiday stuff. So yeah. But yeah, let's raid somebody. Who's still up? I think I saw Diesel Shot was up, so we'll go ahead and give them a raid. They're playing Dungeons and Dragons. So follow the raid and catch all our stuff this week, and we'll see you next time. So Bye bye.
Thanks,
Bye.
everybody.